All right.
All right.
All right. All right. Welcome, everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Attack on Titan, Season 3, Episode 12.
Oh, boy.
So we have some good news and some bad news.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The good news is that this is not the end of the season.
Right. We actually did get this episode.
Yes.
But
bad news is that we have to wait till like April, I think, to get more.
The good news on top of the bad news is that means the animation will probably be even better because, the reserves will probably be able to, stock back up.
I think it should be generally around the same.
Possibly. Who knows?
I think it's
We'll
mainly
have to
just
see.
giving them time to do the animation.
Right, yes.
Guys, animation takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. Because we totally know all about that. Yeah.
But it does.
It does.
Like, it's not to joke about. Like, of course we don't know anything about it, but it takes a lot of work, guys. So don't be worried. Don't be salty. We're getting more Attack on Titan, and we will, of course, react to it when it comes out.
Right.
But there's a lot of stuff that's riding on this episode.
Yes, indeed.
There's a lot of ways they can end it. I would say with kind of a
Like they could kind of do like a cliffhanger or like...
Well, like not necessarily like a hard cliffhanger, but kind of like a here's where we're going, here's what's the next step. Everyone's kind of getting, kind of their ducks in a row and just becoming aware of the situation.
And then maybe it ends with them seeing like, Reiner in his armored Titan form, and it's just like, oh, okay, this is how it's going to go, kind of a thing. Or
Yeah. But yeah, we're excited, guys. So without further ado, let's get into it.
この箱は最も生存確率の高い優れた兵士に委ねるべきかと。
Basically, Levi.
引き受けてくれるか。
任務なら命令すればいい。
これを使用する際はどんな状況下かわからない。つまり現場の判断も含めて君に託すことになりそうだ。
死に際にそこに全てがあると言い残した地下室。
Yep.
そこには一体何があると思う？
つまり初代レース王が我々の記憶から消してしまった世界の記憶だと思いたいが、ここで考えたところでわかるわけがない。
今日ぐらいは肉を食ってもいいですよね。
Oh my
そうだ
gosh.
な。たまにはガキどもに大人の対象を見せつけてやらない。
We're gonna celebrate with meat. Are you
シャーデス
kidding
団長
me?
のイントロ罪についてはどうする？
ほっとけばいい。あんなのに構ってる暇はないよ。
ショックだよな、ハンジ。あんたの憧れだったのに。
うるさい。
なんだリヴァイ。
気の早い話だが、ウォールマリアを奪還した後はどうする？
脅威の排除だ。壁の外にはどうしても我々を巨人に食わせたいと思っている奴がいるらしいからな。地下室に行った後に考えよ
う。お前がそこまで生きてるかわからねえから聞いてんだぜ。
Okay.
その体はもう以前のようには動かせねえ。
Oh, and he's
現場の
going?
指揮はハンジに託せ。連中には俺がそうごねたと説明する。
Ah!
いや、実際そうするつもりだ。それでいいや。
Oh, he wants to know. He's so curious. He just wants to know.
う。の序列もこれまで通り。私がダメならハンジがダメなら次だ。確かに困難な作戦になると予想されるが、
This is cool.
人類にとって最も重要な作戦になる。私がやらなければ成功率が下がる。
そうだ。作戦は失敗するかもしれねえ。その上お前がくたばったら後がねえ。お前は椅子に座って頭を動かすだけで十分だが一番いい選択のはずだ。
いいや違う。一番はこの作戦に全てをかけることに。
おいおいおいおい。これ以上俺の建前を使うなら、お前の両足の骨を
Not a
折
bad
り
idea. That would keep him behind.
つながりやすいようにしてみせる。しばらくは便所に行くのも苦労するぜ。
Levi, I love you. Oh my
Only
god.
one arm.
確かにお前の言う通り。でもな、この世の真実が明らかになる瞬間には私が立ち会わなければならない。
Yeah.
それが そんなに大事か。てめえの足より人類の勝利より。
ああ。
Yeah, he's honest about it. It's cool because they were hinting about this throughout the season. And it's cool that it's kept consistency all the way through because they weren't able to give really much focus to Irwin, like here. So,
お前の判断を信じよう。
兵士ならば騒ぎすぎにお影響や。
Sasha's like, oh my god, give it to me now.
マジかよ。今晩はオールマリア奪還の前祝いだ。乾杯。
乾杯。ちょっと Look at the people just drinking out.
均等に分けるんだよ。おい、それはできんから2枚分だ。たっぷりだ。
Oh my god, this is how humanity ends.
自分が何してっか分かってんのか。
She looks like a titan. She looks like a freaking titan.
お前を殺したくねえんだ。一人で全部食うやつがあるっけ。
Oh my gosh. That meat is gone. And he's just so casual. Oh!
Connie, 早くサシャを落として。
Connie, would you knock Sasha out already?
けどこいつ意識ないのに動いてんだよ。
Oh my god, they tied her up.
やっと力尽きた。
Wow.
しかしこんなクズでも以前は人に肉を分け与えようとしてたんだよな。いつだよ。
大丈夫ですよ。
He was there.
土地を奪還すれば
He
また
forgot.
牛も羊も飼えますから。
He just doesn't keep up on the memes, you know.
This is showing his trauma or his just wear and tear of just going through all this crap. Wow. Yeah.
あれからまだ4ヶ月しか経ってない。
Yeah.
Pretty crazy to think about.
まだ4ヶ月だ。でも4ヶ月で俺たちリヴァイ班だ。スピード出世ってやつだよな。食おうぜ。飯が冷めちまうよ。
だからお前はまだ何の経験もねえんだから光栄だっつってんだろ。
確かに俺はまだ
Of course
弱い
these
が。
two would see
だか
eye
ら
to
こそ前線
eye.
で敵の出方を探るにはうってつけじゃないか。
誰だって最初は新兵なんだ。新兵から真っ先に捨て駒にしてたら
No, be too dead. Yeah.
The difference between mostly dead and all
見
dead.
学でもして生きて帰ることが仕事なんだよ。一番使えねえのは1にも2にも突撃しかできねえ死に急ぎ野郎。
それが最近分かったんだけど、俺は結構普通なんだよな。そんな俺に言わせりゃお前は臆病すぎだぜ。
Arman's like, I just live here. Yeah.
てめえこそなんで髪伸ばしてんだこの勘違い野郎。
おい、なんだ。
顔以外にしとけよ。
Does not hit the face.
あいつら何やってんだ。
That was a good hit. Yeah. So flexes. Oh! Everyone's just cheering him on. Yeah.
何か始まったぞ。
騒ぐなって言ったのに。
They don't care at all. Fight, fight, fight. Kiss.
求人の力がなかったら。
それは肝に。ベストキラー。
Oh my gosh, they're actually just fighting. This is great. Oh, John!
止めなくていいの？
No. Why not?
いいと思う。
Yeah.
Why isn't anybody stopping us?
いつまで続くんだ。
Wait, what? They're both thinking this? Oh my god. Oh my god.
もう寝ろ。
Oh! I think she was actually wanting to eat what they retched up. Oh! She's like, oh, it's more meat! You know?
Oh, that's gross. But also, like, the three of them sitting on these steps again. Like, we haven't seen that since, like, what, episode 2?
I don't think it was exactly these steps, but...
Probably not,
but sitting on steps together in that similar thing. Actually, it might have been these steps.
なんで俺にはミカサやリヴァイ兵長みたいな力がねえんだって妬んじまった。
Why can't I be strong like an Ackerman?
でも兵長だってお前だって一人じゃどうにもならないよな。それをつなぎ合わせて大きな力に変えることができる。
Power of friendship. Attack on Titan.
人と人が違うのは
Such a funny
きっ
pair.
とこういう時のためだったんだ。
Is it just me, or are they like throwing a bunch of death flags this episode? Actually, like, now that I think about it, they're throwing like 5 around, like, easily. Oh. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
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 And of course, then it fits in perfectly with the opening because it's all the
No. Never.
戻すんだよ。でも、もう全部は帰ってこねえ。
それだけじゃないよ。海だ。商人が一生かけても取り尽くせないほどの巨大な塩の湖がある。壁の外にあるのは巨人だけじゃないよ。炎の水。それを見に行くために調査兵団に入ったんだから。
そうだったな。
だからまずは海を見に行こうよ。エレンはまだ疑っているんだろ。見てろよ、絶対あるんだから。
しょうがねえ。そりゃ実際見るしかねえな。
また2人しかわからない話してる。
この壁の中の何倍も広いんだよ。
わかってるよ。
That's a shot.
Okay, so these are the people staying versus those going. Who? Oh my god! Wow! Is he in love or something? Like,
maybe, who knows?
I mean, I would be like Hanji.
Levi兵長、この町を救ってくれてありがとう。
Oh crap! This is the like, yeah, you guys are gonna be so successful. Success is going to be proud of you. Yeah.
あんだけ騒いだらバレるよね。
調査兵団がこれだけ歓迎されるのはいつだよ。
Think about it.
そんな時があったのか。
私が知る限りでは。
Oh wait.
Oh, God, guys.
What? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. No, like 100.
Yeah. But I guess it does kind of make sense because it was just, what, 2 months ago or something that, like, the whole female Titan thing happened. Yeah.
Is that supposed to be Bertolt?
Yep.
And now that we're all together, let's reaffirm why we're all here. In some ways, a lot of our character tropes, so that
that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right?
What the? What the what?
お前ら自分で何をやっているのか。
Whoa, 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 whoa.
分かっているのか。
Shut up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, Attack on Titan, what is your deal? This show is so freaking extra. It's just like,
what would be great? Let's give them this really calm, relaxing, just like, we're ready, we're going on the next mission. Power of friendship. Everyone's gonna come back okay. And then we're not gonna have an end credit scene. We're gonna have like a mid-credit scene that like makes it look like the video player broke for a second, and then we get like pictures like downloaded into our brain and stuff with all kinds of psychedelic just madness. And then there's an actual scene, which is obviously from the future, but like
It doesn't seem to be a happy setting. It's the Mikasa, Eren, and Levi are people have died. People have died. There's no one else there.
Why would you think that? Well, there's no one else there, Jacob. There's no one else there. Why is there no one else there? Why is Levi covered in human blood?
Well, it wasn't evaporating. That is a
Yeah. I'm not stupid. All right, here we go, guys. This is the thing. The discussion almost of this episode doesn't even matter comparatively to this scene. You know what?
Should we get it out of the way?
We're going to get it out of the way right here, right now. This episode, for what it did,
it was fantastic.
Set up the next bit, which is going to be the retaking of Wall Maria. I like that. We have a plan. Eren's going to basically do what they did for Wall Cena.
Or he has the hardening ability now.
Wall Rose, sorry. Wall Rose.
But slightly different, but yeah.
But he can do something like that.
Right, exactly.
And that's going to plug up the hole. And if they can do that, then they can get to the basement, no problem. They could also essentially save humanity for the time being. Because, as far as they're concerned, Bertolt and Reiner haven't returned. But the thing is
I don't know about that.
The thing is that they're there. So it's a trap. It's a trap that actually works. See, this is the thing. The last time we had a trap, and a whole lot of scouts leaving the walls. What happened? Not a lot of people died. Actually,
well, the female Titan attacks.
I know, but not a lot of actually
not a lot of named characters anyways. You know, it was they did a lot of montages of just people getting squished and flung up into the air and things like that. But
I think we're getting some death, some serious death.
Everyone, death. The principal, death.
Guys, okay. So when in between cuts here, I went and looked at the crazy sequence of images and stuff. Oh wait, we haven't finished talking about this episode actually.
Yeah, we haven't. So this episode was great fun. It had some good, jokes and stuff in there.
Lots of comedy,
Lots of comedy, but it also did something that I really appreciate. I could get bothered by this in other shows, but with Attack on Titan, because it has such a rip-roaring pace, usually, having these quiet moments where the characters can just talk with each other and think about, how far they've come and where they're at right now and all those sorts of things. Those are really valuable. These aren't just basically empty episodes because it's okay, we don't want to go into the what's coming next before a break or something. No, this is very much needed. And I applaud Attack on Titan for doing that. Thank you so much, because I love these characters and
I'm still trying to keep my focus on we'll talk about that eventually, Caleb.
Well, right.
We'll talk about that eventually. Caleb.
And the whole thing of them laying on the whole power of friendship thing thick, and like you mentioned, there seem to be 5 death flags, that they're just throwing on there. It's I love how they did it, because in any other circumstance for Attack on Titan, you'd be oh crap, and you still are cautious, you're skeptical and stuff, but you're well, actually, no, this could be where everything turns around, right? And so it's I don't know, I'm not sure, and
see, things can turn around and people can still die.
Well, then, that's droves. True. That's true. Yeah.
Here's one way to look at it. This episode reminded us who everyone is.
Yes.
Where everyone is and how everyone is doing. The most important character actually that they focused on, outside of maybe Eren. And I'd say Eren got, the primary focus,
which makes sense.
Was actually Irwin. Irwin got a lot of focus as a character who finally was able to say that his curiosity is more valuable to him than humanity's victory.
Right.
And this is something that I like as it's not a complete subversion of his character. I mean, it doesn't subvert anything that he did previously to this. But what it does is it showcases that he is human.
Right.
And there's a lot of times that characters in Attack on Titan do things that are inhuman in the like superhuman variety.
Right. And especially when you have people do things like that, and especially when it's a character like Irwin that is like, you know, his eyebrows will carry humanity.
They'll pierce the heavens.
They'll pierce the heavens. They will do all of the things. They won't lose their way. They'll do all of that. Showing him being human is very important.
He only reveals that though to Levi.
That's true. Though. And that's actually one of the main things that is why I think, like, yes, Irwin got a lot of focus, but it doesn't feel that crazy compared to the others, because his like focus time would not be in the same like area as the other characters' focus time, because they're all scout just troops. So they have it like during the hall when they're eating.
Right, but there was no focus on Mikasa. For the most part, it was very much kind of conjoined.
They had the stairs talk.
No, that wasn't Mikasa's time though. Did you notice how even Mikasa said, "Well, there you go, another conversation that I don't actually understand."
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Although you could say that is but
no, that is something, but that's not actually. It's not actually explored. It's just kind of brought out there. An example would be Arman got a little bit of exploration. There was a moment where you realized that Eren was being a little bit cold, actually. Eren said, "Yeah, that's the reason you joined the Scouts." Did you notice that?
I didn't.
Okay, well, there's a part where he was saying, Arman was saying, "It's the whole reason I joined the Scouts, to see all these crazy things and stuff." And Eren's like, "Yeah, that's the reason." Oh. Meaning that the reason he joined the Scouts was because they joined the Scouts.
Gotcha.
And then Arman kind of goes, and then he perks up and he's like, "Oh, yeah." And it's this really sad thing in that, in some ways, Eren, I think, still feels really alone.
I can see that.
And Arman wants to remind him at the very least that even though he might feel that way, Arman carries the vision just as much as he does. Right. In some ways, even more.
Yeah, even if like, because of how things are set up and our roles are very different, you know. You carry a burden that I don't have to, you know.
Right. There were some cool moments with some of the comedy characters like Sasha and Connie. Connie actually had some good characterization, little lines in there that were like, we're gonna do this. Yep. The whole escapade with the meat feast was great. Beautiful.
Loved it
like
so
that
much.
Seemed like something straight out of just the fandom's collective consciousness.
I can tell you,
we wanted this so much.
That is all in the manga.
Manga.
I'd kind of forgotten about it until this happened. And I was
Did
like,
they intentionally draw all the people to look like Titans when they're trying to just go after the food and stuff?
I think just specifically
Sasha.
yeah. Like even taking, like, just biting Jean when he's trying to take the meat away from us, and Connie's like, "Careful, Sasha, that meat is Jean."
That meat is Jean. Oh my gosh, that line was so good. He's not denying that it's meat.
You're right.
Because he's trying to speak her language. Yes, I know it's meat, but that's Jean meat. You don't eat Jean meat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You're not a Titan, right?
I was okay. Sasha and Connie was always one of my favorite ships back when I was on Tumblr.
I'm sure.
But and then they end up tying her up.
I liked the part where they're like, "Why isn't anyone stopping us?" I was like, wait, what do they mean, why isn't anyone stopping us? They're like, "I'm gonna barf up all this meat." I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, they both are so much posers in their own ways.
Yeah.
And John specifically, but Eren too.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Why isn't anyone stopping us by now? Like, we're actually starting to hurt each other, and if we keep punching, I'm gonna barf up the meat." And the thing was that they heard, it was like they were telepathic in some ways, but it was more like their thoughts were communicated by their body language towards each other, looking like, "Why isn't anyone else doing anything?" Yeah. And then Levi comes in and just boom, boom, takes them down. And in some ways, I feel like that actually deserves a talk of characterization for Levi, because there's a scene later that I think ties into it.
Oh, the part where he's listening to them?
When he's listening in, because when
when
he kicks them, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Like, think about it. Let's think about it. What are some of the reasons? They're being disorderly.
Yeah.
But since
which is
when?
A legit reason.
It's a legit reason. But since when has Levi ever
kicked Aaron?
Gotten involved with their kind of squabbles and stuff?
Not really ever, but I would say that they haven't really ever had a true squabble in front of Levi.
Sure. I think that one thing that might seem kind of a little bit funny here is he might be doing as just kind of a punishment thing. He's like, oh, I'm gonna kick you right at this part of the stomach,
so that you're gonna puke it.
So you're gonna send it right back up. But I think the fact that he didn't come in and use words at all, like he didn't tear them apart or something. He didn't come in and go, oi, 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 like he did with Irwin. Instead, he just comes in, just boof, boof, kicks them. I think he's venting a little frustration.
Oh, because of how things with Irwin
went.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes in, he kicks them, and he's like, that felt good. Now, you guys clean it up. Do it. He's giving orders. Right. And the thing is that Irwin gave him a couple orders and basically also denied Levi's orders. So Levi comes in, gives a bunch of orders, kicks some people around, vents his frustration.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's like a focus on Levi through not focusing on Levi kind of a thing.
Right.
Which is pretty awesome.
Right. That's why I would say Levi got the third most because it's very subtle. It's not as
right. It
not
allows
as specific.
It is directly basically asking the audience to fill in with our imagination.
And it's not hard to.
Right. It's not hard. We might not have clued in that we needed to do that. There's the Irwin conversation. It's like, okay, I get it. And the breaking both your legs thing was great. And
it's gonna be easy getting to the toilet.
Yeah, it's getting to the toilet's gonna be a bitch. That was great. But then they have that part where it's just Irwin or Levi sitting there on the other side of the wall. Or the corner.
Listening to them.
Yeah. Just, yeah.
In some ways, what you can look at this is that Levi said to Irwin that, your mind is basically the greatest threat to the Titans. And Irwin was like, no, it's not. That's not the greatest threat to the Titans. And it's kind of a you mean Aaron thing, but it's like, well, it is Aaron, yes, but it's also just the human spirit. It's the part of us in humanity. It's what those
eyebrows represent.
Yes, it's what the eyebrows represent, exactly. But then he goes and listens to them, and he hears them talking about the curiosity. The same thing that's driving Irwin to basically a kind of a scary place. Because in terms of actual ability to protect himself, he's basically dead weight, like Levi said. So in some ways, that's a huge death flag for Irwin. It's also in something that I kind of was expecting maybe to go the inverse way, is that it was a slight death flag for Levi, and that Levi would do anything to protect Irwin. But instead, what we kind of got was more of a, I'm going to cut your legs off here so that you don't end up having to worry about losing your life. And it'd be a bitch for you to get to the bathroom, but other than that, we can reattach your legs later eventually. We'll put them in ice and stuff. So maybe it's not necessarily a death flag for Levi, but it could be. But the fact that he's listening to them talk about this, and also that Aaron is there specifically, it's a double whammy. You get the hope for humanity in Aaron, and the hope for humanity in the dream, the vision, the spirit. And it's all really good, and it's something that I think is subtly there for Levi specifically, because he is probably the biggest cynic in the show.
Yes.
Of anyone that's on the protagonist side, he's definitely the biggest cynic. I mean, he has every reason to be.
Oh, yeah.
But it's surprising how few cynics there are actually in Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
you'd think there'd be a lot more.
And especially in the Surveykon Legiment, because you would I would almost expect
they're all crazy. That's why none of them are cynics. They're not smart enough.
They're all crazy. But at the same time, you would almost expect there to be this sort of crazy dark humor that they would all have. All right, let's go.
Well, they kind of did in Levi's squad. In the old Levi squad.
Yeah, that's true.
They did have that.
Yeah. It's all these young greenies.
Greenies,
I mean, they're not really greenies anymore, because they're pretty capable now.
Marlo?
Yeah, Marlo.
Yeah, he's pretty green.
Yeah.
I like also how him and Jean were the ones bickering, because you see the irony in this, right?
Oh yeah,
Marlowe was a police, was someone that Jean wanted to be.
Sure, that too.
They both came around to joining the Scouts eventually. But the thing is, one experienced the the inner ring.
That's really good. I didn't think about that. I was just thinking about the whole fact of the connection that Annie made in season 1 between Marlowe and Aaron.
Yep.
So naturally, Jean would have a problem with him.
Well, that's the other thing.
That's the obvious one, but I love that you pointed out that aspect of it too.
But I think that's something that maybe is even more so being hinted at. This is something that Jean as a character, I feel like, could have been the main character of this show, and I think it's something that the show,
especially if Aaron had stayed dead.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Mikasa or Arman could have as well,
or the three of them,
or the three of them. But the thing is that Jean as a character is one that every once in a while you realize he's actually not that different from Aaron. And I think that Marlowe is introduced into this part of the story to showcase the bridge, where the similarities between Aaron and Jean are, because Marlowe is basically the
before
merger.
They punch each other to pull.
Right, yeah. They both have their angry faces and stuff. But Marlowe is basically the Aaron that joined the police, basically.
Right,
So the military police.
He's like that mix between Aaron and like wow, this feels terrible. Mr. 50% off. But Marco. But I can't believe I forgot his name. Wow, that's terrible.
Wow.
But which of course makes it even more fitting because those are the two people that had the most impact on Jean as a person.
True.
So,
all right, so they set off in their expedition. Reiner and Bertolt are waiting for them.
Looking awesome, I might add.
I gotta say, though, Bertolt looks different.
It's the wind. It's the wind blowing his hair back.
He looks actually different. I'm just saying.
I agree. Yeah, they did a really cool thing with his expression. I don't think he looks like physically different. But I totally agree that the look on his face is not something that we've seen before.
Reiner looks rough.
Yeah,
he had a bad fight with the Beast Titan. The Beast Titan is there.
Yeah.
Now this is something that will probably be the trump card for them winning this whole thing. There is that will Aaron have to bring in Titans in order to beat them? The thing is, that is a classic Irwin move.
Oh, absolutely.
And
he's done it before.
Yes.
Do it again.
But the thing is that this could be a thing where it's like, no, this is part of the plan. Like once things, are revealed and maybe it's like this trap is sprung and whatever.
Yeah. Then
they're like, oh crap, Aaron, we told you, like to constantly have at least, like 20 Titans, a few miles away from us. We need you to do the thing now. Okay. And then just like Titans just come like just crazy.
That would be pretty amazing.
That might be a bit much, but okay. I'm done. Let's talk about this scene. Holy crap.
Ending.
I've got all the list of the things that I could catch in the psychedelic images. There's a burnt body. We have a lady in a photo that's dressed pretty nicely. I've never seen the lady before. Don't recognize her. We have a shoe, just kind of a cog shoe. Yeah. We have Titans. We have the key. We have a locked door of sorts, probably the basement door. We have two hands holding a seashell like this. Yeah, pretty cool. We have a lady. We have the same lady in the photo, and now it's like burning up, like at different parts.
Yeah.
We have that season 1 shot from like way back when, where everyone's like dead, just corpses in the forest and stuff, and they look like scouts because they have ODM gear. And
that was one of my favorite shots from season 1. Like one of my favorite things that they did that just added to the overall atmosphere of the show. I loved it so much.
Now, I feel like that image needs a little bit of talking on, because if I remember correctly,
it was originally going to be a different ending.
There was originally a different plan for the anime, so maybe they retconned that image to mean something now since they're showing it a second time.
Well, there was also a lot of things that were just sort of thrown in there to like general atmospheric stuff.
Oh, I totally get
it. They showed the what's it thing, the bugs, you know.
They showed the fly.
They used I'm not bringing up that because the other thing.
I don't even really. That was from an opening, you know.
No, that was from Mikasa's backstory. When she thinks about, like, I'm pretty sure it's she's thinking about I've seen this my entire life, you know.
It had the orange like circle light inside it.
Did it?
Yeah, it was from the thing in the opening. Remember the second season opening where all the animals are following the Beast Titan?
I remember the light thing. I didn't.
It was in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then this is the other part. They showed like multiple times and they zoomed in on it. There are skeletons that are humanoid, and they have weird skulls, like actual like elongated skulls.
Well, one thing though to remember is that there was like smoke or fog or whatever that was like obscuring the heads.
It could be Titans. Yeah, and then it could be Titans too. A Titan that probably would have a weird kind of, you know,
right?
Whatever.
Yeah, because there was that penis Titan.
Yep, that is true. Yeah. But I know what I saw, Jacob.
Okay,
I know what I saw.
All right,
and that is very curious.
It is.
And then, of course, we have the scene.
And before we get into that, because I think that will take a whole ton of conversation.
Oh, yeah,
can I just say that I absolutely love the method and style with which they introduced this into the ending. Because like the whole thing of like the staticky stuff, like the you know, there's
sound effects.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the episode, the sound effects and everything. Like, oh, that was so good. Like, it's not the kind of thing that I would have expected in a show like Attack on Titan, you know, because they generally do like a different kind of like scary effect, you know, stuff and all that.
Yeah, it was like a horror thing.
But it worked really well.
I was like genuinely just like, wait, what is going on here?
Oh,
and
man.
You were just maniacally cackling, just like ha ha ha. So either my question is, does the manga have an equivalent like brainwash imagery flashing bit in it?
I'm not saying.
Oh, you bastard!
I'm not saying anything.
Fine.
But it was just so good. Like,
But does this weird you out at all?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Really? Wow, guys, he's good. But like, okay, here's what we know. Here's what we know about this scene. Holy crap, I can't wait on this cliffhanger. This is not Titan in the Wall level cliffhanger, because nothing really can beat that. But the thing is, guys, there's something, in fact, there's two things potentially implied here. Okay, there are 5 people on this roof.
Mm-hmm.
We only see 3 of them actually up close and identify who they are. We have Mikasa.
And even that's pretty hard.
Eren and Levi. What do you mean that's pretty hard?
Yeah, no, right, because there's the first shot where it shows all the 5. And then it goes up close. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. So, Mikasa, Eren, and Levi. Levi is covered in human blood.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because it is not steaming away.
Okay.
So
here's the explanations for that. He carved the hell out of Bertolt or Reiner or whoever's inside the Beast Titan. Or the fact that they're at each other's throats a little bit because something really, really sad happened. Something that made at least Eren and Mikasa tear up. Take note here. Take note. There are a couple key kind of people that went on this mission. There's actually not that many like named characters that went. Like we can count them all on 2 hands. So let me count them all. So we have let me go with the leadership people. We have Irwin, Levi, Hanji.
Yep.
That is it for the actual command structure in terms of named characters.
Well, yeah, but that's pretty normal.
I know, but usually there's more. Usually, just saying. Okay. Just saying. Now we have all the kids basically. the main three, Aaron, Mikasa, and Arman.
Right.
We have Connie, Sasha, Jean, and Marlo. That is it. Story is not going.
Is that exactly?
Remember, we have no Reiner, Bertolt, Ymir anymore. Like that's it. 10 people.
That's a fair amount of named characters, though.
It is a fair amount of named characters, and they only showed 3, and there's 2 bodies. Let me tell you something. These bodies look different. One of them is just splayed out. Okay? The other one looks like an armless, legless, smoking mess. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like a Titan. That sounds like a Titan that they've dismembered and left unconscious and stuff. That sounds, in my opinion, the only one that I thought would actually be really easy to take out in this whole fight is Bertolt.
I don't understand why you think that.
Well, my thought is that if the Colossal Titan ends up fighting in Shiganshina, what's he gonna do? I'm gonna step on the things.
Well,
okay, we avoid you. All right.
Sure, but yeah, okay, I get the avoid thing, but actually, stopping Bertolt, he's 60 meters tall.
Yeah. Why do you fight something?
Their swords
that's probably just going to make itself pass out in 30 minutes anyway. Think about it. We've never seen Bertolt actually use his Titan for any extended period of time.
That is true.
Why should his Titan be this really I can use it forever, just all the smaller Titans.
There is no reason to believe that there is a time limit for using your Titan form. There's been nothing to support that. The only thing that has been supported is the number of times you can go into your Titan form.
Well, no, is that once they come out and stuff, they're exhausted and it's all this stuff. So there's a physical toll happening when they're in there.
But is it the actual? Is it a trend? But the thing is that there's no reason to believe that it's the physical toll of being in there or a physical toll of switching, of making the switch.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I believe it doesn't make sense for Bertolt to be in his Colossal Titan form in this fight for more than, say, a small amount of time. Okay. I just don't know what he's gonna do. I'm gonna fall on you. Think about it. Okay, I'm gonna sit on the wall and just kind of go woof, woof, woof. I'm gonna be like that kid in the pool that kicks his feet up and down and splashes the water. I'm just saying, I've never really seen a time in my imagination where the Colossal Titan ends up being this tactical.
Oh right, yeah, because he's big.
He's a siege weapon.
He's a siege weapon.
I consider him a battering ram.
Yeah,
a very impenetrable, impossible to kill battering ram. And also, here's another thing: if they're going for the ambush tactic, what I think they would actually want to do is they would want to surprise transform.
Okay. All right, makes sense.
So
yeah, the Colossal Titan is just totally standing there "Sup, guys?"
Yeah. So once he transforms, the trap's over. But if he transforms and he flashes and suddenly he's huge and stuff, which that is another thing. We've never seen it from the perspective of well, no, we had in season 2.
What of
how long it takes for him to transform?
Right, but it doesn't take that long though.
No.
It's and we've seen the Turkey Titan transform.
Forget what I've said. This is how they're going to use Bertolt if they use his Colossal Titan at all.
Okay.
He is the trap. He's standing on the wall way back by the gate, at the outer bit. They all enter, and he's like, "Omae wa mu shinderu," and then he just falls. covers
he's just lying down on the wall waiting for him. He's like,
he just jumps and he just falls and just boom, devastation. Everything is crazy. Then the Beast Titan and Reiner jump in and start clearing house. Sure. But I think once that explosion happens, Bertolt and his ODM gear skills, which remember, he was better than Reiner at ODM gear, remember? Wasn't he?
No, he was number 3.
Yeah, because Mikasa was number... Oh, right.
Yeah,
Mikasa.
Reiner was number 2.
Reiner was number 2?
Yep.
Okay.
It was Mikasa, Titan. And those Titans Titans were armor, because armor is best. And then
Colossal Titan,
female Titan, angsty Titan. Yep. And that was the law of the land.
Okay, cool. But okay, still doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
That
crazy things are going to happen here because there's 3 freaking Titans.
Right, but I think one of those Titans is mostly dead on the roof there.
Oh. Wait. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The body was smoking. Guys. There's no human reason as to why a body would be smoking and it's not air.
Unless someone set it on fire or something. But why would they do that? Like what would they? Yeah.
Funny joke.
Reiner
buying your BS, Jacob.
Reiner pulls out a tree and then they
soak
it in oil and then light it on fire.
You know what? That's not
that would be pretty cool.
That's not a bad idea. But the fact that you're saying it means it can't happen. So that's cool. But I do like the idea of them utilizing the environment in some clever way to enact destruction. Remember when the Colossal Titan kicked the hole in the wall? There was big chunks that flew out from the initial explosion, from the concussive blast of it.
And just landed the wind
just
from it happening, swept people off their feet.
Right. So maybe the Colossal Titan will fight. But I just don't see it fighting for an extended period of time.
It'll be a boss mechanic type thing.
Yeah, it'll be a boss mechanic. It'll be every 20 seconds it'll go clap and everyone's eardrums will burst.
Right, exactly.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's really not a bad idea.
Sure.
Just boom, and then everyone blood just spurts out their ears, just that little bit, just
right.
Just But here's the other thing. The other body, the other body is very one note, specifically in color, and it's also laid out out and stuff. So someone's dead. Someone important is dead.
That does seem to be what it is implying.
But the thing is that these 3 here are all debating a decision.
Okay. Or they certainly did seem to have some sort of disagreement.
Well, Levi specifically is the one disagreeing. He's like, do you know what the hell you're doing? Do you have any idea? Let's get specifics here. He was like, what the hell are you doing?
Right, you have no idea.
You have no idea what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah, let's get this out here. Do you have the faintest damn clue what you're doing?
Right.
Now, here's the thing. What one little plot point was left with Levi this episode, specifically?
The Titan Serum.
Someone's gonna turn into a Titan!
Well, there's going to be 3 people at least that will be turning into Titans.
But let's think about it. Who's on the enemy side right now?
Reiner,
it's very simple.
Bertolt, and the Beast Titan.
Will there be any surprises? There could be. But what's the only surprise that makes sense? There's other Titans. Regular just Joe Blow Titans, because we know that the Beast Titan has the ability to somewhat control other Titans.
And they did establish that the Beast Titan is able to get them past the wall. Or no, that was just because he could No, that was just because he turned to the settlement.
Yeah, at least that's what it seemed like. Yeah.
Yeah. So
which is equally crazy.
Well, which is equally crazy, but that means they should be more or less okay if they do the fighting inside Shiganshina.
Right. The thing is that I've never really looked at an Attack on Titan battle that was like planned out with more clear like battle lines drawn. Like we know almost exactly who they're going to be against and exactly who's going to be on the on the good side here.
By the way, I just remembered that what I said was actually totally stupid because the whole point is that the wall's been breached. So no, Shiganshina is not a like Titans could get in there.
Titans could totally get
there's a decent possibility that there are already Titans. A bunch of regular Titans all around there.
Yeah, maybe they eventually got wise and went through Wall Maria.
That's the tough thing is that even if they take back Wall Maria, they still have to
clear out all the Titans in between Wall Rose and Wall Maria.
And there's probably a lot. I mean, that whole Titan killing hammer of God, Deus Vult, like, thing is pretty cool. Like, but that's,
Okay, but
that's a very limited thing.
Let's go back to the theory crafting here, guys. Because here's the thing about Attack on Titan. The show itself is about humanity struggling. The thing is now we've introduced this idea of Titans. We've introduced a while back the idea that there are other people out there. And now that we're getting close to the point where the line between fighting Titans or humans is so blurred that we're basically just fighting each other.
Yes.
And that seems to be kind of the theme that they're building up to, with potentially having there be a human external threat. It's something that season 3 has been kind of interesting with, is that a lot of the characters like Hanji, they're using them as the intelligent character to kind of answer, like maybe not really answer, but kind of like give like definite hints towards specific theories that we've been kind of working on, or more or less like when they did that whole backstory bit with Grisha. Basically saying like, oh yeah, and then Eren and Hanji and all them kind of talked about all that. So now, and Levi talking about the backstory bit that...
Wait, are you talking about just the fact that they're all on the same page, like that Eren shared everything with them kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, it's making the theorizing easier. It seems like Hanji as a character... specifically this season has been utilized to basically say, oh, don't worry about these theories being difficult like they were in season 2, where we basically were just seeing things out of context with like Ymir being in another place and being like kicked off a wall and turned into a Titan. It's like, what the heck was that?
That whole thing was crazy, and that was not in the manga at that like point. That was...
Well, yeah, that's all in the past now. Now we're in a place where we're about to get into a trap-laden situation where people are going to die. And what it seems like in some ways is that they're going to try and find a way to make another Titan. Make another Titan on their side, probably.
Okay.
Because, I mean...
They do have the serum. That's what they want to use it for. Yeah.
They have the serum. What are the... very specific formula things you need to turn someone not just into a Titan, but someone that can control their ability to be a Titan or a human?
They need to eat a Titan shifter.
They need to eat a Titan shifter while they are a Titan.
Right. It'd be kind of hard to do that otherwise. You start biting off fingers and they transform. It's like, that's fine. I'll just, one bite at a time.
Yeah, then everyone just starts kind of gnawing on Eren.
Oh, no, wait, no, because Titans regenerate. Yeah, right. Because the whole point is that it has to be like
So, what are the what are all the ingredients? They're right here. We have Reiner, Bertolt, Beast Titan, and even in some ways Eren.
Yeah.
All 4 of them could be eaten by a regular Titan who was a human. And in some ways what would kind of be a very dark but kind of I don't know, very, very interesting way to go about this is that we have what looks like a person who's, cut off, armed, and legless and stuff. That person is probably a Titan shifter. Probably not Eren, because Eren's walking around and stuff.
Yeah, that is a decent
I'm gonna
assumption,
guess,
I would say.
I'm going to guess Bertolt, but it could be Reiner. I don't think that they're going to end up having it be
whoever's in the Beast Titan.
Yeah, whoever Mr. Blondie, glasses. I always clean my glasses.
Right. Because we don't know who he is, so it wouldn't mean as much, kind of a thing.
It wouldn't mean as much, and also I feel like of all the characters that they've introduced on the enemy side, the two that still have the most story potential are Reiner and the Beast Titan person.
Not Reiner and Bertolt.
No. I think Bertolt as a whole, he needs to be connected to Reiner in order to have more character development. And if they end up killing the Beast Titan one, I'm just going to be surprised. So I'm going to go with Beast Titan as the second most likely, but Bertolt as first most likely.
But you really think Reiner's going to stick around?
Yeah, I think that Reiner is going to stick around because his character is just so dang interesting.
Yeah, his character is really interesting.
Now, they could pull an Attack on Titan, just have everyone be dead. They could just have them all be dead.
Yeah.
But you know what? Having a twist like, we turned one of our friends into a Titan because we didn't want to see them die. Like, that would be crazy.
And that is, that's one of the really crazy things about this scene is that it's so, like, chilling and scary and all that stuff, and the only people that they actually show are Levi, Eren,
It's because they don't show. It's because they don't show whoever those other two were.
Well, right, but they don't, yeah, but the point is that by keeping it down to just 3 people that they actually show, everything else is, in question.
In some ways, though, it is kind of interesting that Levi is the one that's, basically being like, do you even have the faintest damn clue what you're doing? And it's Eren and Mikasa that are the ones that are, like, emotionally shocked. What it could be is that there's the kind of the brutality of it. But in some ways, it's weird because if they're in shock, why is Levi talking to them
about what they're doing?
Because it doesn't look like they're doing anything. So in some ways, I think this is almost a definite hint that Irwin is the one that they're thinking about bringing back.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Now, I don't think it's going to be necessarily as like specific as like I don't know. See, the thing is that you would need to be in a very dire situation in order to do this kind of thing, but you would also need it to be kind of a quiet situation. Like, you wouldn't want anything else.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
This has to be post-battle.
Right, because the idea is that even if they had a disagreement over something, you would hope that they would have enough presence of mind to, put a pause on whatever disagreement it was until after, their adversaries are defeated.
But the thing is that's crazy is, let's imagine Irwin turned into a Titan.
Titan eyebrows.
Yeah.
That would be...
But like seriously. Like, what, like, why, if you had the option to basically say, Irwin, we're gonna let you die. We're gonna let you die. Would you rather run the risk and give basically, in some ways, their greatest weapon now, their next greatest weapon, potentially, to turn someone into a Titan and then hope we can get them to eat whatever this, this nub of a human is right here.
Right.
And then whether or not that will actually then put them into a situation where they could then stop. Because I don't know how this works, but tell me if I'm wrong here, but when Eren ate his dad, he didn't immediately turn back into a human, did he?
I believe he did.
Oh, just immediately?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then that actually would be...
Or, well, actually...
That'd be very
no.
My worry would be that
probably not
he'd turn into a Titan that's really strong.
Okay, no. I don't think it was immediately, because otherwise when Ymir ate the buddy of Reiner Bertolt and Annie, like, it's not like she immediately turned into a human, you know, so there was probably some delay. But, I mean, that could be fine. They just avoid him, you know, with their 3D maneuver gear and until then.
But the problem could be, and this is what would be Levi's thing, is that you could be just subjecting... you know, Irwin to basically lose his humanity and never, you know, basically find peace in death.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite bonus, like, little hidden bits in a story that, like, at least certainly that I've seen in a long time.
In some ways, I feel like it's showing us a bit too much.
Sure.
I feel like in some ways, the fact that they showed us what looks to be a Titan, legless, armless person, like a Titan shifter that's been been Levi'd, basically.
Well,
you know, he was like, if you ever, you know, rage out, I'm gonna carve you in that specific kind of circle, that oval there.
Right.
This looks like someone that Levi did this to.
Yeah, I mean,
and in some ways that would explain where all the blood came from.
Sure, because there would be a lot.
Because that would be human blood, technically, right?
Yeah, a mix of the two, you know.
It would be human form blood of a Titan.
Of a Titan shifter, yeah.
But the other body, oh man, I have thoughts about that, because I went back and looked at it, you know, twice now, because we did the thing where I was looking at the
That's one of the things also, whenever you do stuff like this in a show, because the internet, you need to just be like, every frame needs to be, you know, like, kosher, you know, because like with something like this, it could so easily just be done badly, and then you do something, and then suddenly you can't take it back, and then everyone knows, you know, and blah blah blah, and
not necessarily saying I know, but you're saying people could just know.
Yeah, I'm saying that's one of the things that's very dangerous about that, and I love how they did this.
They did a good job.
It was excellent.
Your thought? Okay. Yeah. So I'm probably not really right, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that person on the roof being a Titan shifter. Just probably not necessarily who I think it is.
No. I mean, one of the whole point of having scenes like this is to, you know, build anticipation and get people to think about it, right? And it certainly does that. So, and the fact that they now have like this extra time before the next half of the season comes out, it's fantastic, right? Because like one of the things that I found really unfortunate was how the third season didn't have as much hype surrounding it in just the general anime community as the previous seasons, because with season 2 it's like, yeah, it's finally back, and then season 1 was season 1, right? But a lot of people seemed more meh at the start, which they were of course found wrong. So I just
Can I go
second
back?
Half's gonna be good.
I'm sorry, guys. I really want to.
You're not going to find anything new.
No, I think I am. So, here's the thing. I want to go back to the image from the roof. Okay, so here's the thing. Why did they show this image at all, right? You look at this image. This is them basically showing the roof. It's broken. This whole city looks destroyed, but this could just be the state Shiganshina was in, like, you know, for the get-go. I'm pretty sure this is Shiganshina, but
yeah, probably.
But the thing is that you look at this shot, and you have that's obviously Mikasa, because the hair is, you know, pretty
the hair
defined and stuff there. She's also separated from the Aaron Levi.
And I think I might actually be able to see her scarf.
Yeah, but you look closely at the two bodies here.
Yeah.
And one, you know, looks like they might have some leg, but clearly no arm. Like, clearly no arm. There is clearly different colored smoke coming from them. So I'd assume Titan regenerating. Like, this smoke has a little bit of the green tint to it, and this is gray.
But that could just be the fact that it's like buildings on fire versus, you know.
But here's the thing there. This is the person they're wanting to change.
Okay.
This other person here. Now, what color are they? Look at everyone else.
Yeah, that
see, there's skin there. The person who's been nubbed, they've got skin. These people, they have the green cloaks and everything like that. This person isn't wearing clothes. They're black. Where did we see a black person?
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Oh, and look what they seem to be resting on. This is a roof.
Oh,
this is a roof, and this black whatever. There's straps.
Yes, it does look like some
There's
sort
a
of uniform.
Boot. This is someone in the military group that went there and got just completely like torched.
Roasted. Yeah.
In some ways, that actually seems like something that would happen from the Colossal Titan, because the Colossal Titan's thing was that he would release a ton of heat, and maybe that was the trap. Like maybe what they do is they do kind of the goofy thing with the Colossal Titan. He just jumps, lands.
Yeah, transforms, lands.
Transforms, lands, crashes, blows up like, half the city from the waves and stuff, and then releases all the steam
to like cook the people that are
close,
disoriented or whatever.
And this person just got the worst of it.
Sure.
Now, the funny thing is that now that I look closer at this doesn't seem like, I don't know, this seems like smaller legs and stuff. Now, the thing is, when they're torched, they probably just, cooked a lot of the mass away. But what actually I think would be really cool here, and this is kind of crazy, but like, what if this was like a side character? Like, what if this was like Connie?
Oh, yeah.
What if this is just one of people there? Even if it's, I would hope it would be a named character, guys.
Right. But they could do so many different things with that because there's the idea of basically, the fact that Levi seems to be disagreeing with whatever is happening, right?
Right. That's why I think it's Irwin. Because he doesn't want Irwin to basically become the thing that he's, in some ways trying to stop.
Yeah, there are a ton of different ways they could do this. They could do that. They could do the avenue of basically Levi basically saying, no, executive decision, they're not worth it. Like we
holy
need to just
crap.
Like, that would be some cold stuff. But like,
so he's meaning like, don't turn them into it because this is so important.
We need to save it for a better time. Like,
oh my gosh!
Like, that's the pits of.
But that's not.
Yeah, that's not.
Oh my gosh, that would be.
But like the way they set this up,
it, but
it's just like, and the thing is that this is the epitome of basically what can be learned from this with the frame by frame and everything, and even then it's just it's just questions and I love it. Yeah,
this is the epitome, meaning that. What I've now come to connect the dots with here.
No, I'm saying.
Sorry. I know it's not my job to try and disassemble your potentially flawed hinting statements.
No, it's fine because
we're doing a frame by frame.
Well, right,
analysis.
exactly. The whole point is it's a frame by frame, and
yeah. There's a lot we can learn, but there is only so much.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, this is a lot of just kind of, that's,
in a lot of ways, actually, this shot of the rooftop is kind of the most, like, if you were to think about it, unnecessary of all of them. Because if they want the emotional, like, gravitas of, Mikasa pinning Levi to the ground and, like, about to slice his throat and, like, all this stuff.
Yeah, we don't want as much context.
Yeah, we don't need context, right? So, they could just jump into that and have there be smoke around them and all that stuff, have them be on a rooftop and things like that.
This right here, I think, perfectly explains it, especially given what they decided to have be focused on in this episode.
Right.
Is that this is them deciding... like whether or not probably or just what the whole like they haven't discussed like if we're going to use this How should we use it? Why should we use it? Who should we use it for? It's probably just going to be one of those classic things of, we have an impossible situation right in front of us right now. People want different things out of this.
Which is another great thing of why they did this episode the way it was, because
the battle could have gone any way. In some ways the only thing that we know is that Mikasa, Levi, and Eren are for the most part okay.
At each other's throats.
But they're alive.
They're alive.
I don't see Arman, Irwin, Hanji, Sasha, Connie, Jean, Marlo.
Well, and here's the other thing too. Like, some of that blood could be Levi's as well. Like, we don't know. Like,
no, I think they made a very good point of showcasing when he was pinned down by Mikasa, that he looks to be fine, and it's also all over his cloak.
Oh,
see the blood on his cloak?
Like his jacket seems more or less okay. Yeah.
So it almost seems
that
like
shot. I also just want to say that shot where it shows Mikasa's eyes.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Like that.
Also, just this as she leaps 6 feet into the air.
Yeah.
Grasps his shoulder, draws her blade, and just throws him to the ground.
Oh man, it's
I will kill you. But the thing is, she's crying. He's distraught. He doesn't seem to care about his life. He's just like, please listen to me. Like, please understand. Well, like, he has the I understand your pain, but please do the right thing, Holy crap. This is a way to really blue ball in the right way your audience, because the audience, I think we as an audience are smart enough to realize the gist of what's going on here, but it becomes kind of like a who's the next Cylon kind of thing.
As far as character deaths, or like,
well, no, like in some ways, remember in season 2 when it was like, you're a Titan shifter, you're a Titan shifter. And this is basically just like, who's gonna be the next good guy Titan shifter?
Find out on the next episode.
Right, seriously. And think about how much better off humanity would be with another Titan on their side.
I mean, that would be generally probably a little bit helpful.
Yeah. In some ways, actually, that's a good point.
Oh, I was just thinking, what if it's like, no matter who it, like who it is or whatever.
What?
They end up using the serum, and it's like a penis Titan or something like that. It's like, why did it happen?
No, the real problem I think here is that they are probably all hot-headed in the moment.
Oh yeah,
people have been dying. People have been crazy. Everything's
people make
going
bad
nuts.
Choices when they're mad or scared or stressed.
Right. Another thing that could be the question here, and this is something I was just like, oh, that's a good point, is that if they got one of the Titan shifters, they could interrogate them.
Possibly. Well, that might be tough.
No,
that might be tough.
No,
they'd have to take them underground and everything.
This is the same situation they would have been at with Annie.
That's true.
But instead of, chrysalis, diamond, whatever.
No, that probably wouldn't work.
This is something where it's like, no, we could potentially learn about the secrets of, all this stuff. Like, whatever. They know things.
Right. But the thing is, in order to keep them from transforming, it would need to be somewhere underground. And there is when I said that, I was like, wait a minute, there's a convenient basement, but then that's probably not deep enough.
Well, also we know based on how Reiner handled Eren, I think that it takes a decent amount of time to regenerate, regardless of how good you are with your Titan.
But that is something where it's like, okay,
No, but what if they just are like, oh, your arm's starting to go shop. All right, we'll keep going.
Oh yeah,
they just keep chopping off his limbs.
Like a true group of PCs.
Yeah,
and it's just like, all right,
we'll murder hobo this stuff here.
Yeah, who's got Titan watching duty? Oh, me. All right, okay. Here's your blades.
I'm gonna stab instead of slice. Might take the shoulder a little bit more time to cut off.
Sure. But if it was just a stab, then he'll pretty quick, probably. Yeah. Oh no.
Well, actually, that's another thing. Let's say they win. Let's say they win so hard, and this is the only one left. And it's just one of the three. And they're like, sure, okay, we've got one. This is a big deal. We have to keep this one alive. Yeah. So that we can, interrogate them. We need information. We need knowledge. We need data. And they're like, no, we need to give one of our own the opportunity to live. Because they were like burnt to a crispy toast. Yeah. And we'll make them a Titan, and then they'll eat, whoever this is. And then once, that's done, then they'll be fine. And we'll get a Titan. And it's like, what's more valuable? Actual information about the outside world?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And there's also a lot of time that happened between this and the end of, the episode, essentially. So who knows what other information has been exchanged around and stuff that makes, Levi's actions or whatever, Eren and Mikasa want, other than Mikasa wanting to...
What? So that talk of PCs going around with the Titan and all that stuff. I had a really dark thought.
What's that?
Hey, Sasha.
No,
we have a never-ending supply of meat.
Oh no! Oh, that's so gross.
Just shave off just be like, okay, and now we're gonna carve off another steak.
We don't need another Sonny and Bean person to add.
I mean,
to
she did bite Jean just fine, but
maybe conveniently and sadly, this is Sasha that was burned. I mean, who knows? In some ways, she is kind of the party clown, but who would want to say goodbye to Sasha, right?
And Levi's whole reasoning of withholding the serum is no, it's not because we need to interrogate the person for information. It's because humanity.
Her hunger for meat is too much.
Her hunger for meat is a danger to humanity.
Yeah, that's how we know it's not Sasha in a lot of ways, because it's someone that people care about a lot more. That's why I think it's probably Irwin, but in some ways that's actually a little bit interesting. That Levi being the one that's saying you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, there's some context actually that's missing. I think that's actually probably the best bit, is I can't actually tell what Levi's real motivations are.
Yep.
I can tell that it seems like Eren and Mikasa are the ones that potentially want to save someone. But Levi doesn't. Or does he? It's just Levi's stuff seems a little bit vague in a good way. But
and the idea that
any other images that I might have missed the potential value.
Not really. I mean, there were a bunch of random images that were very much
there's weird skeletons with the skulls. I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah,
Caleb will remember that. I mean, they're getting to the basement. There's a locked door. That
does seem
probably
to be the case.
was the basement door.
And that whole idea of the basement, assuming they get to the basement, we don't know where that would be in context with this bit.
True.
So we just, there would be no way of knowing.
All right, guys.
This episode, that end credit scene.
My bloodhound nose is like, I'm on the trail of something.
I don't know yet.
Trail of what? I don't know yet, but I think someone's getting turned into a Titan. and that whole possibility just has me just so guys, this is good, and we have to wait some time.
We do.
Mods told us that we have to wait a
spring
good
season,
chunk
I
of
believe,
time.
right?
Yep, spring season. I think specifically April.
A birthday present.
But yeah, birthday present for you, April 1st.
Love it. Love it.
But guys,
this is going to be so good.
This was awesome. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, if you're one of those brave few for an hour and 40 minutes or so.
Oh boy.
But wow. Guys, wow. If you want to watch the full-length reaction of this, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon.
Yes.
If you want to discuss things on the Discord with regards to just anime, You can get in there with that. Any level of support gets you access to Discord. I am involved in the anime only spoilers chat. Jacob is involved in the manga everything, spoilers chat. Yeah. So you can get both best of both worlds experience there. There's also a lot of events that we've got going on. There's all kinds of things happening in the Discord. So check it out if that interests you. And yeah, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time. Flash of imagery. Titans, key, things, bugs and things. See you next spring. All right, bye.